Well, welcome. Good morning to those who are watching me on live video. And this is Story Time with Joyce. That's me. And we meet every Tuesday morning at 10 a.m. Pacific Coast time. So where are we? Let's do a recap. Betty comes from a small farm in Kentucky. Arvin comes from a very large farm and is considered pretty well off in Kentucky. They met at a dance, they fell in love, they got married. Arvin doesn't like farming, and he wanted to go to the big city and work on machines, whatever that looked like. He didn't really know. They got to the city of Chicago, about 1910. So can you just imagine coming from a farm, coming into Chicago in 1910 with all the mud and the wagons and just so much noise, and the buildings were starting to go up. They were getting bigger than Kentucky farms were, of course. They found a place to live, which was a settlement house. And back then, settlement houses were communal living. People lived all together in the same room. They all ate together in the same place. However, they had a private room because Arvin volunteered Betty to be the cook, or to be a part-time cook at this settlement house. So they did get a private room. Betty was not too happy about that because she had no decision in that. He just decided for her. And since they've gotten to the city, he's kind of ignoring her. He's not listening to what's going on with her. But he did get a job in the garment industry, working with machines, doing the making men's suits and women's clothing. So he's very excited. And Betty met a gal by the name of Serena. And Serena took her to an agency that got her a job as a domestic worker. So she is now where we left off. She met Dr. Russell, who is, his wife passed away. He is left with two 4-year-old twins, Cora and Tommy. And he liked her and he asked her to stay. So she has her job now so let's go forward and see where we are. Serena had been right. Things did get better for Betty and Arvin. Arvin loved his job at the garment factory and had made some close friends over the past 2 years. Betty was getting on nicely with Dr. Russell, Cora, and Tommy. Her relationship deepened with Serena. Her fried chicken had become famous at the settlement house along with her pies. Arvin got better at listening to Betty, and they both decided they wanted to get a place of their own as soon as they could. One afternoon, Dr. Russell said to Betty, "Mrs. Jameson, I need you to stay a little longer tomorrow. I am on a team of doctors that will be treating our former president, Teddy Roosevelt. Since it may be late, I can take you back to the settlement house. Will this be okay with your husband?" "Yes, I'll tell him tonight. He's been working late these nights, so I don't think it will make no never mind to him." "What happened to Mr. Roosevelt?" Betty asked. "He decided to run again for the White House and was giving a campaign speech in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, about 100 miles from here. From what I understand, he was shot in the chest. However, the local hospital took x-rays and they saw that the bullet was lodged against his 4th rib. So it never reached his heart. I guess the bullet got stopped by his thick overcoat, his eyeglass case, and the 50 pages of paper that was going to be his speech. He is coming into Mercy Hospital and will be staying just a while recuperating." "Why, Dr. Russell, you'll be famous," Betty exclaimed. "No, I don't think so. My team and I are just watching over him. He is no longer in danger. Just a rest, that's all." Teddy Roosevelt Jr. was an author, statesman, soldier, naturalist, and a reformer who served as the 26th President of the United States from 1901 to 1909. As a leader of the Republican Party during that time, he became a driving force for the progressive era in the early 20th century. So thanks so much again for being with me, Story Time with Joyce. And remember, you can get Betty, the book Betty, which is the first book in my series called Big City Dreams. And you can go to Amazon.com, or you can go to my website, JoyceBennett-Hall.com. Thanks again, and see you next week. Have a great week. Bye.